Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Company Heroes 1 race play. Spawn on the north side as the British forces, who's currently not doing much. We have Biggest Master Troll. Spawn on the south side as the Wehrmacht forces. We have Merck. Both names quite easily pronounceable, and he may be a little AFK. Saw one of these guys moving around a bit. Does it move around when I click on him? Is this a bad... Okay. That is a very late start right there. I did fast forward a little bit, just curious whether or not if the replay is just him idle the entire time and it was just some sort of troll post. So, it looks like it's now moving around. Moving in around 30 seconds-ish late is quite detrimental, though he does have plenty of manpower for another intersection squad. Since he's moving so slightly, he can't... Yeah, best go for the lieutenant and for another intersection squad as soon as possible. We got a large number of pioneers on the field. In fact, we have no Wehrmacht cores. Let's switch over to the Wehrmacht player. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pioneer opener. He's going to get a massive amount of field control, especially the fact that his opponent had a delayed start. This is going to be a very effective, actually. He's going to rush out... Oh, I'm getting hit by some lag spikes. He's going to get hit by a very, very early 251 half-track, I'm guessing. Oh, what's up with these lag spikes? Oof. Yeah, I'm getting hit by some massive lag spikes. What on earth is going on? Hopefully it's nothing too severe. Pioneers are advancing forward, trying to decapture that munitions point. The HQ command truck is now packed on up, and the Pioneer squad does get forced back. He does stop the decapture there, so you should be able to set up his forward HQ right here. You will soon get stuff into supply because this is a cutoff sector. Is there a way to send you replays rather than games_replays.org cast it? Usually, people do send it to me through email as well. There is a copy of my Gmail in the YouTube description if you want to make your way over to that. Usually on my other videos. But that's through the stream, that's probably maybe the best way to get to it. And I'm sort of a bit worried about these lag spikes. May stabilize for the moment. If you please give me one moment, I'm going to do one thing. Shrinking this down can help out with some lag spikes. And hopefully it doesn't go black. Yep, that seems a bit smoother. That's much smoother. You would imagine this old game will work quite well. Though then again, this is my first time casting replay with my new hardware, at least for Company Heroes 1. I wonder if that causes any issues. And yeah, that immediately made it smoother. Sometimes, I don't know why the VTube Studio causes lag spikes. And you would imagine the extra horsepower would really handle it, but I guess not. Some sort of, maybe, I don't know, I have a good processor. Oh, yep, there's the lag spikes again. After this replay, I may need to restart the client and take a look what's going on. I have to Alt-Tab, bring up Task Manager while it's going. We do now have the HQ command truck deploying out something additional, maybe a Bren carrier. This strategic point is being decaptured.
We're losing territory.
We do got the strategic point here being decaptured as well. It will deny no resource points since this field point here is not captured up, and this point is captured but already out of supply. Pioneers advancing forward. Do have, of course, the Wehrmacht quarter and a Kampfgraf center being pulled out. 251 half-track deployed on the field. I'm generally wondering, is this the time for a flame half-track? Probably not. I don't think I've ever seen a flame half-track ever deployed in a multiplayer game.
We are losing territory.
Do now have some flamer pioneers being poured on out, and he's probably going for support weapons veterancy soon. We do have now the flamer pioneer getting forced back by the Bren carrier.
Pioneers here. Forward supply lines are broken.
We do got this pioneer squad moving around.
Attention. The enemy advances.
We got the lieutenant captured the central VP, and we do have the half-track loaded up with a Pioneer squad. This Pioneer squad does get some flame bursts here, but no models have been dropped. Pioneer squad here receiving a bit of fire. And this Pioneer squad will fall back in time, will not get wiped out. Lieutenant is falling on back. We do got the half-track advancing forward, trying to skirmish around. This overall, if you look at the mini-map here, there's a lot of sectors claimed by the Wehrmacht player. Some of them are being out of supply, but will be in supply relatively shortly. Intersection here, capture the fuel point. Let's take a look at the Brandon carrier. Is going for the MMG carrier upgrade? Yes, we are going to see the MMG carrier upgrade. And again, these lag spikes. I need to double check that. Maybe restart the game after this replay. Lieutenant has hopped in the back of the half-track, the MMG carrier. He will complete the upgrade, so the Lieutenant will be ejected, but safely though. Intersection here is behind some light cover. This two half-tracks now on the field, going to go for mobile suppression. Does get the squad pinned there. The rear pinto mount is not getting fire off the moment. Now it does get some fire off. Scope rifle squad eyeing for this house. And this intersection squad just may retreat back to a short retreat distance to get back in the combat. Imaging here is a fancy forward getting some good volleys onto these 251 half tracks. Flaming Pioneers do have Veteran C1 now. If the Brit player bleeds off a lot of manpower and get 2 command points quickly, it would be stupid, but he could go for a Churchill. A Churchill will be quite durable to deal with these half tracks. Of course, nobody ever goes for Churchills, for generally good reason. But you can rush out a Churchill pretty quickly if you lose a lot of models. But then again, he's not losing a lot of models, is he? Or killing a lot of models. Has a single model even went down this entire game? No, seriously, have a single model gone down this entire game? That one's inside the garrison. This one has 0 kills. This one's 0 kills. Lieutenant has inside trench likely got 0 kills. Half track has both gotten 0 kills. There's the first potential death of the game, and there's a second. So trench receiving a bit of fire there. And now the intersection is getting pinned down. Brandon carrier advancing forward, does start firing away against the half track. Took a bit of time for it to rotate it back around. This intersection has been absorbing a lot of shots as well. Down here, we got the Flamer Pioneer advancing forward. Scope rifles would be relatively effective versus the Flamer Pioneers with deploy designated marksmen, but does receive a couple deaths there. More Flamer Pioneers advancing forward. One of the Pioneers models do go down. Do now have a AT gun now deployed on the field. Scope rifle squad is now falling on back. MMG carrier does get some damage on these half tracks, nothing critical though. Sapper now being employed out with a pair of Piets.
A sector is being overrun.
And yeah, I don't think that rushing out Churchill is possible. It just simply has not been enough death this entire game. Field point now being captured on up. Half tracks are not repaired just yet. Piets are on eye the garrison, or it'd be a horrible day to eye the garrison when there's a Flamer Pioneer right there. Does fire a couple volleys there. Does get decent splash damage there. Lieutenant here to support. Half tracks rotating around, trying to find these intersection here. You got these Piets engaged in close range, and got the Pioneer squad now falling back. The Pioneer squad may get wiped out, and does get wiped out there. Some point doesn't any marksman there. By the way, now the Pack 38 is getting overran. In fact, the intersection could grab a Pack 38. Grabbing the Pack 38 could be very, very good. He has to find a good hit there. Lieutenant does get burned alive. Half tracks have to protect this Pack 38. You got suppression on the Piet's gun, and now this intersection does get suppressed there. Scope rifle squad does force back that Flamer Pioneer. Now the Piets are advancing forward, but without the support of Lieutenant, they will move very slowly. Brandon carrier advancing forward as well, gains some damage on the higher health one. The lower health Army squad needs to fall back. Got some bolt action rifle fire onto the other one. It does receive some repairs, and this squad needs to fall back. Both of them needs to fall back. It will receive continuous suppression from that half track. The zone is being repaired on out. We do now have a fresh Sturm already deployed out as well. Maybe an autocannon scout car would be good. I don't think you should go for a Stug. Pack 30 has been captured, trying to seize down the half track. And most of these two pioneers do go down. They're relatively expendable, but we don't want to lose those flamers. And in fact, bringing back that Pack 30 back home would be quite handy. We do now have the 234 now deployed on the field. It has 3 command points. He does not have light vehicle efficiency. He's down to 3 pioneers. That's still plenty for the rest of the game. His opponent does have 2 command points. He does have 6 manpower. He can deploy all Churchill. And I'm really half tempted to say that may be a good possibility, but it's also really... Also, people probably think I'm a complete idiot for saying such thing, but against his opponent's current composition, Churchill wouldn't be half bad. He does have support of a captured Pack 38. Has some good damage there from the Piats as well. So the Churchill can provide some great fire support against his opponent's composition, and he has plenty of anti-armor assets at the moment. Though then again, the Piats are doing good work, unusually. Fresh Lieutenant has one pull on the field. Intersections now getting some much needed repairs. Do you by chance send it to a replay, or is it on Games Replay? Email. Alright, I'll take a look at that. I also need to restart my game client, because I want to perhaps fix the lag spikes, though. Doesn't feel bad right now. Maybe it's a momentary lag spike. I would still like to restart my game client in between this game and the next game. So, I'll go and take a look at that. And then I will... download it, restart it, and I'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Not sure where I'm going with my logic. We do got a fresh 234 now deployed on the field, as well as now a fresh pair of Piats. Against that's a bit of a lag spike there. Against his opponent's current composition as well, a Bofors would not be half bad. Bofors would rip apart the 251s quite easily. We have a fresh casualty clearing station as well as a captain. And that half-track does go down to capture Pack 38 and does load up the Pioneers at the back of it and does explode. And now he needs to fall back with both those guys. Got some of these squads suppressed. Piat squads do fall back, trying to find a cutoff point there or try to cut off the retreat. Does spawn another 234 there. Piats can start advancing forward into the 234. Flamer Pioneers advancing forward. Half-track now inside his opponent's base.
German forces are trying to...
1 Piat model does 8 a Piat. Pioneer model 8 a Piat. But I'm butchering all my wars today. But again, when don't I? Do now have the Brand carrier, and there goes the other half track. Pioneers do get out perfectly fine, and they will go ahead and run away for their dear lives. Pioneer does fall back. We do, of course, have the crouching clearing station. A little bit wounded. Not healing up his forces at the moment. No, 1 casualty recovered. Down south, we do have the 234. Quite healthy. Another 234 deployed out. Veterancy being deployed out as well. Still no doctrine selected for either player. 234 started to advance forward. And it does get light, light vehicles 1 back, butchering that up. Which also does complement Flak 88s, and Flak 88s are pretty good versus forward emplacements of the Brits. And forward HQs in general, so Flamer Pioneers advancing forward, 1 of them does get forced back. Holy crap, there's even more Pioneers than before. There are 7 Pioneers deployed on the field, looks like 1 of them not upgraded with Flamer. Brand carrier being set ablaze. Do got 1 of the Pioneers do go down. I believe that was 1 with a Flamer. Some of these Pioneers are getting quite damaged. Brand carrier now seeing a bit of fire there. We of course still have the captured Pack 38 or recapture Pack 38. Brand carrier will go down to auto cannon fire. Pack 38 now rotating around and setting on up. So destroying that slit trench would be a good idea. This cutoff point has been cut off, so it's denying this fuel and munitions income. There's also a Wehrmacht landmine there. We do now have something being pulled out there. Could be armor command truck. It is armor command truck. He does have 3 command points as well. So he still has a lot of possibilities he can deploy out. Again, these lag spikes. Ugh. Why is these lag spikes happening? Three-4 now advancing forward to go at the Vickers emplacement. Scope rifles do find some bullets there, but no penetrations. And our captain does receive some autocannon fire, receive 2 direct hits. He will fall back in time. Armor command truck now deployed on the field. Going for a Staghound or Chroma wouldn't be half bad. His opponent currently has only light armored assets. Captain now receiving more autocannon fire soon. Right now. Get squads to do a full retreat there, not a captain retreat. And looks like Flamer Pioneer's trying to eye that captain now. Does get some good hits there on the autocannon. Scout car. Doesn't get any kills there, however. You have landmine detonation there, snaring some pioneers. Those landmines should be very effective. PS raining on it, takes out 1 of the 2 3-4s. Pack 38 does go down. He will not be able to destroy the gun with this nearby, with the nearby Piets. Three Flamer Pioneers who get inside the garrison. They should be setting ablaze with everything, but there are probably just not enough windows for them to fire their fire out of. But he will go and be to split out this garrison to give enough time. The autocannon scout cars advance forward. P is trying to rotate their guns around over here. Does get 1 good hit there, trying to repair it up with a single Pioneer model. PS2 throws some rounds into the garrison as well. Good damage there on the scout car, or armored car. Now, full retreat's coming out. He does not retreat out the 1-man Pioneer just yet. And the British player has claimed this VP there with a scope rifle squad. It would be best for him not to blow out a slit trench to hold the line with it, because he's just fighting against Flamer Pioneers. Slit trenches against Flamer Pioneers are a horrible idea. Got her charging forward, trying to get this armored car, and does get a good volley into it, taking it out. 4 command points, now do have the Panzer Command. At this point in time, an Ostwind or Panzer IV will probably be best. This one is not pulling out any armor just yet, and we don't see anything in build queue. He has a very large reserve of manpower, however. Some landmines been pulled out, very nice. Intersection squad crawling its way forward. And casualty clearing station is currently not anywhere close to getting out of our squad. 2 models have been claimed. I suppose flamers don't really leave casualties, do they? Pioneers advance forward, does have veterancy 2 on his Flamer Pioneers. Intersection honestly didn't receive a whole lot of damage right there. He was very stacked up as well. Over here, the Flamer Pioneer does fall on back.
We are losing the strategic sector.
And the captain does go ahead and fall on back. Oh, landmine was detonated there by the Pioneers. Large number of them are very wounded. Finds another landmine there. Wait, or those Piets? Those must have been Piets following up.
Going after one of our munition stores.
Finds another landmine there. And Flamer Pioneer will get some good damage on those Piets. There's a captain here to provide a very good defensive aura in this sector, and that Flaming Pioneer needs to back out. The garrison does and falls back. Flamer Pioneers advancing forward, trying to get some good damage onto those scope rifles. At least they do force them back. And do you have a command tank? It is going for a Cromwell, which will be a good item against opposing composition. Does avoid that land on the tree path, as we've got more lag spikes. My apologies for that. Flamer Pioneer does fall back over here. Vickers and placement still quite healthy. What doctrine would you go for as the Brits right now? Personally, I believe the doctrine he should potentially, I mentioned beforehand, but going for the Royal Engineers, going down the munitions line, get scope rifles on all the squads, and just start deploying Designatic Marksmen against all those Flamer Pioneers. All you need is 2 scope rifles and do a quick double tap on that squad, and they're completely wiped out. Ooh, but he's doing great work with landmines, so going for the extra munitions from for his landmines wouldn't be half bad. Falls back to those squads, will find. Oh! Double kill. Or quadruple kill. Double wipe.
And start securing resources from the area.
That will be very useful. He needs landmines. And now we do have Knights Crossholders. Knights Crossholders won't be as vulnerable to the designated marksman. The PS do fire a shot on retreat behind them. But the landmines will still be useful versus Knights Crossholders. Royal Engineers can still also deploy out the AVRE, which could put some big holes in his opponent's forces and the ground. Dickerson placement does fire a little bit there, forces back to at least the Flamer Pioneer.
Germans are now at 300 points.
Again, with these lag spikes, it's really annoying the crap out of me. Flamer Pioneers advancing forward. Let's switch over to the Panzer player. Or Wehrmacht player. Let's see what. There's even more Flamer Pioneers. He just lost 2, and now there's 9. And it's also a Knights Crossholder still, but still. That's just sheer Flamer Pioneer spam. He has plenty of munitions as well. He has 6 command points, no doctrine selected. Black Idiots is still a good possibility. He has what, Veterancy 2 or Veterancy 1 light vehicles. Nice crossbows advancing forward with the Flaming Pioneers. The Scope Rifle Squad does get forced on back. Flamer Pioneers advancing forward.
They're losing territory.
He still gets some good flinch damage there. Lieutenant does fall back. Cromwell and Command Tank advance forward, getting some great damage. One of the Pioneers could go down. Flaming Pioneers advance forward. And these Cromwells are a good item at this moment. You should get out maybe one more Cromwell, honestly, against all of these infantry forces. His opponent, seeing the Cromwell, could go for a Panther now. Panther 4 wouldn't be half bad either. Flame Pioneer does fall back now.
Secure sector is under attack.
He does spot the observation post there on the field point as well.
They are attacking secure territory.
And we do have a Panther on the build queue. Very nice.
They're losing territory.
And luckily, the British player does have his command tank still alive, so he can go for some Firefly supported by command tank, which are very effective. He has spot this landmine as well. You can go ahead and detonate it, preferably far away from it.
They are attacking secure territory.
Repair sappers now advancing forward, as well as some Piet sappers behind them. There is a left captain supporting the sector.
They are attacking secure territory of the far
Gains a good damage there. Flame Pioneer squad does fall back. Nice crossholder, so Veterancy 1.
We are losing ground.
Flame Pioneers advancing forward. That is his own landmine there. And this Scope Rifle squad will fall back in time. Goodness there. Squads are now falling on back. Lots of fire still coming on out. Command tank has been upgraded with the tank commander. Now we've got the Flamer Pioneers. They could try doing some damage to the field support truck. Maybe not. Landmines being very effective, especially against his opponent who's just been blobbing Flamer Pioneers everywhere. So these landmines have been oh so effective. Flame Pioneers getting some great damage down the command truck. Fresh Firefly, very nice.
The enemy advances.
Let's force back those Flame Pioneers, no problem. Cromwell may get a wipe. Now the Knights Crossbow is falling back as well. Flamer Pioneers do force back those scope rifles. Panther advanced forward. He does have Efficiency 1. No left-handed here to support these forces, so the scope rifle squad can move around at full speed. Lieutenant and Captain now advance through the sector. Oh, the Captain even got himself a kill. Has 1 kill. Is the Carmel focused on the structure? Either way, we do have now this colony capturing up that munitions sector. Firefly, command tank going draw fire. Command tank may have some extra health, or had extra health. The Carmel does not. Repair sappers advance forward. Flamer Pioneers trying to dissuade those repair sappers. And repair sappers actually fully gets burned alive. Nope, there's still 1 model there. Panther is on top of a landmine there. This may not be a great idea. Cromwell does receive an engine crit from a landmine, so needs to fall back. Command tank and Firefly now advancing forward. And we do have Royal Engineers, and he has gone down the Churchill line. He needs to get out.
200 points remaining.
That's for the munitions right now to support our Churchill AVRE, and I prefer the AVRE over the Firefly in general. Especially if you go down the left line first, you get plenty of munitions income. But he's rushing out a Churchill Firefly, looks like. Scope Rifle Squad does fall back. Flamer Pioneer capturing that munitions sector. Panther now advancing forward. Do have now another Vickers emplacement being employed on out. Firefly does get a good pen there. Firefly does, of course, receive a pen as well. But thanks to nearby command tank, that Firefly should do quite good work. Pack 38 finds a bounce there. Fireflies receive quite a bit of damage. And the Pack 38 does get a bounce as well again. Flamer Pioneers advance forward, forcing back the Scope Rifle Squad. And these forces now advancing forward. Flamer Pioneers do fall back. Minesweeping Squad falls back as well.
Our front lines are collapsing. Croc tanks are finally at our disposal.
He now has Crocodile tanks available. Virtual Crocodiles. Flame Pioneers captured those points. Both of these, both of those MGs got destroyed. Scope Rifle's trying to stop his armor command truck from being burnt down. Does have his 2 Scope Rifle squads here. Does fall back with one of those models, one of those squads. It does get wiped out there.
German target. Germans are assaulting one of our victory points.
Churchill and Cromwell advance forward. Does find a pen or bounce there. Firefly receives a hit. Panther sees another pen. Cromwell trying to advance forward as well. Good hits there onto the Panther. Churchill needs to start roll, or Crocodile, or Cromwell needs to start rolling around. We got the Blitz right there. Firefly see quite a bit of fire there. Churchill rolls a bounce. And Firefly does get out. We do now have another Panther deployed out, another Wehrmacht Panther. Pioneers now all falling on back. And the Firefly does go down. No additional Churchills out in the field. He had enough manpower at one point in time. But looks going for another Firefly.
Secure the location. Ready to move on.
Nice crossover does get suppressed and pinned by the Vickers emplacement.
We're losing a strategic location.
Now thinking about it, I do have a lot of tabs open. Maybe I have too many browsers open. Chrome is eating my RAM. Maybe that's what's causing the lag spikes. Worry about it a little bit later though. Sapper squad is falling back, but the Pioneers advancing forward. The Panther does receive a bounce there. And the Sappers do find a landmine there.
Target has been knocked out.
Pack 38 now firing away. Good Piet hits there. Gets on couple pens and bounces. Firefly or Promo does receive a miss there. Command Tank receives a miss as well. He has plenty of Pioneers for repairs. And now we have a King Tiger deployed on the field. So it looks like he's gone for Terror Doctrine. So there's one King Tiger deployed on the field. These Flame Pioneer or Piet Sappers make it wiped out. Looks like Command Tank's now drawing the fire. These forces now are seeing a bit of Vickers and placement fire, suppressing the number of forces. No 17-pounder deployed on the field. He does need that Churchill, Firefly advancing forward to help engage this King Tiger. These will be nice as well. Vickers placement now receiving some fire from the King Tiger.
One of our snipers is KIA.
Looks like the Pack 30 does roll a couple bounces on the rear armor. I heard one of the snipers up on KIA. They did lose one of the scope rifle squads.
Panzer forces are trying to secure our fuel dump.
And that's Crossholder does receive some suppression there. He's trying to go for a percent pounder. Does receive some fire from the King Tiger. Churchill Firefly does get a pen there onto the King Tiger. King Tiger now trying to be rebuilt. He may not have the boards to go along with the place just yet. Does cancel the 17-pounder once again. Panther now advancing this sector as well. Pack 30 trying to sway him. And the King Tiger has received a bit of damage there and is falling on back. Pack 38 is currently decrewed from the Panther. 70-pounder being rebuilt once again. A couple good pens down the King Tiger. Cromwell's falling on back. Firefly does get some good hits in as well. King Tiger now seeing multiple pens there. Firefly needs to start backing on off a little bit more. 70-pounder is almost complete. He needs to immediately load up armor piercing rounds. We do not have the boards upgraded just yet, so he needs to get that doctrinal ability. That's going to be very important for his emplacements. Let's see if he goes close. Oh, he does have the boards. Never mind. Most of these Pioneers are getting pinned there. Does get a damage engine crit onto these forces as well. Getting body blocked by his own Pioneers. We're just there on the King Tiger. It looks like he's load up armor piercing rounds with the 70-pounder. Rolls a miss there on the King Tiger. He's not pushing way forward. But it's there onto the King Tiger. Rolls a bounce there, multiple bounce there, and there goes the King Tiger. And that caused him to rage quit. Usually King Tiger's not the item you want to rush for. By the way, that looks like the end of the replay. This end grade saying sorry for the lag. I will try to look into that quickly enough. Everyone, thanks for watching. On to next replay.